Welcome to Conacelli Toyota, Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. We're here looking for Tundras because in my area right now, there's just not any. So today, we're going to take a quick peek at roughly, 15-ish, which, that's not necessarily a shortage, but this dealership, every time we come here, they have between 40 and 60 Tundras. Everywhere around my area is just not like chock full of Tundras right now. So we're kind of seeing, when I'm doing my research to come do these walks, Lumberjack, Jonathan, Chad, what's up? When I do my research to come to these lots, lately it's been kind of tough to find stuff, but tomorrow you're going to see something really cool. That's why I came here. I've been kind of going to the dealerships for purpose lately, looking for certain Tundras, and I found a good one today. Good morning, Robert. How are you? Anthony, what's going on? Dan, Jose, Thomas from Miami, you're lucky. So Dash, good morning. They moved all the Tundras. There's usually all the Tundras over here. They moved them all down in the area I'm in now because we're expecting maybe about 6 inches of snow here in a couple of hours. So they made room for the plows and everything. Good morning, Chris. How you doing? Ogie, what's going on? I wanted to show you guys a couple cool things today. I found a Tundra that's pretty unique. Raphael, how you doing? Check this one out. Now, of course, it's not unique, but I don't see this very often. You may, by the way, see a slip and fall today. There's a lot of ice here. So if you see that, hey, that's good for views, right, boys? I don't want to get hurt, though. I got bowling league. This is a regular SR5, okay? This has the TRD 3-inch lift and the 20-inch TRD wheels with the Falcon Wild Peak tires on it. It also has the Toyota Pro, I don't know what I'm saying, TRD Pro grill. Erwin, what's going on, big guy? TRD Pro grill with the marker lights and the light bar. Now, these are different marker lights than what's on the TRD Pro, and the light bar looks a little different too, but this is the first time, this is gonna blow your mind. This is the first time I've seen a dealership put that grill setup on an SR5 as an aftermarket add-on or an, after purchase option or whatever. I've never seen the TRD Pro grill at a lot on a new Tundra done by the dealership. I am at Conacelli, Robert, Conacelli Toyota, Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, where I bought my 1794 TRD Off-Road, where TRD John bought his TRD Pro Tacoma. Same dealership. Ryan Hood is my salesman here, if you guys are ever interested. They carry pretty big discounts. I got $7,000 off on my TRD Off-Road to make that deal happen. Good morning, Leroy. Matthew, how you doing? Erwin says, it's my birthday today. Maybe I should trade in my Tundra for a 2025. I mean, first off, I want to give you a lot of love, Erwin. Happy birthday. See, Erwin is not just a subscriber. He's a paid member of the channel. So he gives his hard-earned money to help the process with going to film these trucks every week and everything. So, Erwin, I genuinely appreciate your kind contribution to my channel. Love you very much, sir. And happy birthday to you. Please enjoy it. If you want to go trade for a 2025, I think you should. And if you do, you really should check out something like this. Fully loaded SR5, no TRD off-road, but the TRD 3-inch lift, the TRD 20-inch wheel and tire package, and this grill. The one reason I don't want this grill for my Tundra is if you don't get the marker lights and you don't get the light bar, it just doesn't look right. How do you become a paid member? Somewhere on this channel, you'll see join channel. And then it shows you, I think it's like $5 or something a month. I can't even remember. I set it up so long ago. I have like 10 members. I'm not one of those types of people that like pushes you guys to give anything. I just want you to check out the videos, hang out, watch them, hit like if you would enjoy. I would appreciate it. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Fort Worth. All right, Texas in the house. We need it. Home of the Toyota Tundra. So we got the SR5 TRD Off-Road here in black. This one doesn't have much in it. There's not a lot of extras. It doesn't have the 14-inch screen, anything like that. This one I'm in love with. That's why I keep filming it. Hit the like button for this guy right here just because they added the grill. First time I've ever seen that in the new generation, the TRD Pro grill added by the dealership. I don't know why. That's something so stupid, right? Celestial Silver SR5, not really loaded up. What trim comes with the TRD Pro grill? Is that new for 2025? TRD Pro grill is on the TRD Pro. And you can buy it aftermarket for, say, an SR5. I've just never seen a dealership add it right away when the truck comes in. Silvers, how you doing? Mobile detail in the house. Always good to have a mobile detail person on hand. Love your work. Erwin says, yeah, kicking myself in the butt for not getting the 3-inch lift from the factory. I hear you, but eventually the stop sale will end. A lot of people ask, why is there a stop sale on getting the 3-inch TRD lift from the parts department like you were able to at one point. There's something wrong with the compressor machines that are at the lot. I believe that's the problem. It's not the setup. It's the machines they use at the dealership. So those all need to be replaced and a new one needs to be used. And then the stop sale will end. I would think that will be very soon because it's been on stop sale for quite a while now. So it's not the lift. There's nothing wrong with the lift. It's something with the compressor machines. We also have another TRD 3-inch. So they have a lot of TRD 3-inch lifts here. We got some rallies. By the way, since you are on the live stream right now, I always like to give you a little sneak peek stuff into the channel. At some point this week or next week, I'm going to have one of these for the week, and I'm very excited because my overall question I'm going to ask you guys through the week and hope to answer it myself. The TRD Off-Road SR5 or the TRD Rally, does it make sense to go this direction, or is this the better direction to go? The difference between these two trucks is TRD Off-Road SR5 you can get in a few different configurations. 5.5 foot bed, 6.5 foot bed, 14-inch screen, 8-inch screen, fabric, Softex. TRD Rally comes pretty much one way. There's like 4 colors to pick, but it comes with the 14-inch screen. It's like a loaded up SR5. Lock root, multi-train select, crawl control. You get the TRD Pro tailpipe kit on there. How much was the fully loaded SR5? The one with the TRD Pro grill, let's go check it out. By the way, you guys are gonna hate me. I have my scraper, or not my scraper, like my window, get the water off the sticker tool in my back pocket, and all of the stuff on these windows are ice. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to do heavy editing just to put like the computer window stickers up for you. As you can see, I tried to scrape it off. 64588, and this is the one that has the 3-inch lift on it and the TRD Pro grill. I really like that. I think that's cool. You just put a better tire on that and you're good to go. Now, just keep in mind, if you're new to Tundra, locking rear diff, multi-terrain select, crawl control, you can only get on TRD Off-Road, TRD Rally, and TRD Pro. So we're going to take a long walk up here because I want to show you. I can't have something in my thumbnail and then not show you guys. So I figured we would go look at the mud bath all the way up there. Let's take a little walk, see if we could get out of breath. A lot of TRD Off-Road SR5s here. I don't think I saw any with the 14-inch screen. So we're walking, we're on the move. Ask any questions you may have now. In fact, let's take a little detour on our way because I want to complain to you guys. It's time to do a little complaining. So, all right, if you don't know, I don't want to keep harping on it. My wife and I are expecting a baby boy in July, okay? So we're gonna have a kid, which is something we've wanted for a long time. And automatically in my automotive brain, it's like, I gotta get my wife a better vehicle. So I wanna get her a Land Cruiser, and I've been running some numbers and stuff, and this is the 1958, which is nice, but it doesn't have a lot in it. So I'm like, well, let's buy you one really nice vehicle for you and the kid and be done with buying vehicles for you for a while. So I was looking at the regular Land Cruiser, which is like 70 grand. Dude, the prices and the monthly payments of these vehicles these days are insane. So we got the Highlander, which will do the job just fine. And we're going to hold on to that because there's no way I'm paying some of the payments that I heard. So no Land Cruiser for a while unless they change everything about deals as far as, the offerings, money factor for lease, some kind of customer cash situation. Right now, there's just none of that. So, yeah, can't afford that. Thank you, Don. I appreciate you. It's just too expensive. It's out of my league. And, to be honest with you, the 1958 would do the job, but the 1958 here is like a $60,000 vehicle, and it doesn't come with anything. So, like, at that price point, I might as well get, like the new 4Runner. I could get a new 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium for like 58 grand. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I don't think it is, worthy of a dedicated video, like what will we buy for my wife? But I don't know. If it ever comes to fruition, I'll let you know and keep you updated. But we are trying to get a Land Cruiser, and I think we're just way out of our league. So this is the 1958 for $59,223. Crazy, right? Pricing? I know everyone will agree with that. That's a complaint I hear all the time. Dennis, what's going on? All right, boys, here we go. The mud bath. This is the second time we're seeing this truck. We saw this at Fred Beans. Terry says the car market will crash soon, just like the housing market did in 2008. These vehicles are just way too expensive. Let me answer that in one sec, Terry. Stevie Ray says, congrats on the baby V6 Highlander. has been great for our family. Third row is great and folds down for a huge trunk. We have the Turbo 4, but it does the job just fine. We don't like the captain's chairs. She's not a fan of those. So next truck or vehicle will not have the captain's chairs. I like the captain's chairs, but hey, it's her vehicle. But the Highlander, it's a 2023. It's an XSE all-wheel drive. It will do the job just fine. Just trying to get her something a little bit bigger. Jim, what's going on, buddy? North Carolina, one of my favorite states. Now, Terry, the car market crash thing. People have been saying the car market is going to crash for so long now that I don't believe it anymore. I think what needs to happen, and we're starting to see it, is there needs to be discounts. For instance, I'm even seeing discounts on TRD Pro right now, and that's something that you just don't normally see. What needs to happen is there needs to be factory incentive discounts on vehicles like the Land Cruiser. Gil, what's going on? It's a little cold. It's not as cold. It's like maybe 35. So we were doing like 12 degrees last week. This is kind of nice. But anyway, so I don't know if the car market's going to crash. I just think that we need to see those incentives return, the APRs, all the good stuff. And we're starting to see it, but it needs to happen, a lot sooner. And also, listen, I'm not someone who's going to sit here and tell you like, I can't believe the price is so high on something that is completely out of my league. Okay. So like a Land Cruiser straight up, it's out of my price range 100%. But if I could get a great deal, kind of like I did on 1794 TRD off-road that I got was out of my range. But with the $7,000 discount and a little work, I was able to bring it down into my range. I'm more of an SR5 type guy. Don't forget, I'm doing this channel. This is my main job. I have some side projects that go on as well to make ends meet. So, I like to be sensible with my money. Now, my wife, she's the one like, we don't need a Land Cruiser. So we'll see. Bring back cement color on the Pro. These prices have to come down. The market always seeks its own level. It will take longer with the car industry because of the COVID disruptions from years ago. I totally 110% agree. The disruptions from COVID basically was like a reset button, and not in a good way. I mean, what did we see? We were trading in used vehicles, getting all sorts of value that you wouldn't normally get. Used vehicles had $20,000 markups. If you're ever bored, go back to my dealership walk playlist from like 2023 and 2022 if you want to see some crazy pricing. I'm talking crazy pricing. Tundra 375 says, good morning, stay warm out there. I agree with you. I'm looking at the Land Cruiser, but Toyota's just not giving any discounts. Yeah, there's no incentives. That's the problem. What is the 1794 package? Well, we got to walk down that way anyway, so we'll end on my truck, the 1794. 1794 is the Western package of Tundra. So it's high luxury. It has the saddle brown interior, which you can see the interior of my truck. That is, I don't even think it's that messy. You'll see a coffee cup, but I keep the inside of my vehicles fairly clean. So with 1794, you could get 5.5 foot bed, 6.5 foot bed, iForce Max, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, TRD off-road package. I have the Crew Max 5.5 foot bed, regular iForce with the TRD off-road package. So we'll end on this. There's 112 of you here. So first off, thank you for being here. Good morning. I know it's early. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that like button so you guys could help drive this video through the algorithm so we could see more people watching these videos, learning about Tundras before you go to the dealership. I want you to spend your money correctly so you're a happy camper. That's the goal. Now, of all the times we've come here, once again, this is where I bought this truck. We've seen 40 to 60 Tundras. Today they have maybe 15, and this is always where all the Tundras are. Now, they moved a bunch of them because they got a plow, but it's crazy. Just the whole area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I circulate through like 20 different dealerships, and there is just nothing. So here's the inside of my truck. Excuse the mess a little bit. We got the last fit liners. Don't forget, if you go down in any of my videos, you will see my custom link to LasFit with the promo code TUNDRA34 to save you 15%. I love these liners. Look at how good they do. I've never cleaned them yet. So, saddle brown. You got all the soft touch, 14-inch screen, digital gauge cluster, got the pano roof. I love this truck. I'm madly in love with this truck. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, when people are like, oh, what's the best Tundra you ever owned? This is in the conversation. This is me in a nutshell. I love the saddle brown. Let me open the back seat so you can see that as well. So thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you very much. So I keep my underseat storage because I have the regular iForce. If you have iForce Max, that's where the batteries go, so you don't have underseat storage. Heated and ventilated even in the back seat, ladies and gentlemen. Window goes all the way down. Beautiful. I love this interior. I love saddle brown. Can't get enough of it. You even get for the incoming baby, got the window shades, so we're doing good. I love this truck very much. And again, I am TRD off-road. It's very dirty. There's not any salt on the truck now because, well, maybe there's a little. We started to see, they do the pre-salting of the roads around here, but overall it rained yesterday, so washed off all of the good stuff. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Terry said something, I want to help him with this. I hear you, but even with the low interest rates, you're still $800 plus a month. You're not wrong on a $70,000 vehicle. So to get to a payment to the $500 to $600 range, you literally have to put down $30K and finance no more than $40K. It's crazy. So if you guys ever want to know how it works, every $30 or every $1,000 you put down knocks off about $30 off the payment. So you could do it that way. If you wonder why leasing is so popular nowadays, it's because of exactly what Terry was just saying. The prices are just nuts as far as if you wanted to buy a vehicle for 60 or 72 months, you're at $1,000 a month. A lot of regular people aren't doing that, you know? And one of the numbers I had run on my Land Cruiser setup was a few thousand down and like 1,000 and change a month. I can't do that, so I'm not gonna. Courtney, how you doing? Good to see you. Courtney, the Islanders, not so good this year, you know? It's a weird division out there, but good luck to you guys as far as, you know, your Stanley Cup hopes. Flyers have not had a cup in a very long time. Maybe they're due, maybe they're not. Gil says, I feel America is cheated when it comes to the Toyota brand. They are missing a lot of stuff over here that are available everywhere else. Exactly, I'm at $639 on a Platinum, lease $850 to buy. You know what? To buy, that's not even that bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to speak for anyone's money other than my own. But just from the stuff I've seen, $639 on a Platinum. I paid $619 on a double cab SR5. So that's not terrible for the lease. $850 to buy. I've seen it over $1,000 a bunch of times. Kerry, how you doing? Minnesota, -8. See, this is why I can't complain about cold, because Kerry's freezing. I leased my 2024 TRD Sport $650 a month. There you go. That's what I've seen. Question, isn't leasing a vehicle just like renting? You don't own it. I never really agreed with that statement that people say about leasing. It's the same thing if you want to think of it that way. If you finance a vehicle, that's kind of like renting to own, just like leasing, right? Because until it's yours, it's not yours, it's the bank's. So leasing does a couple things. Number one, when you lease a vehicle, you can lease it for a few years to see if you like it, and then you could buy it out and keep it for a duration of a term until it's yours. You know, you could like finance the rest of the vehicle's value. Or you could turn it in after a few years and get yourself something new and just continue that cycle, depending on if you're a payment person or not. There are people that like to make payments and keep a vehicle new, less maintenance, all that. Depends on, you know, how you look at the almighty dollar. The one thing I always look at with leasing is if you lease stuff that's of good value, and a lot of people did this during the COVID times, you could lease something and then trade it in before the lease is over. But when you trade it in as if it isn't a lease, and you have a vehicle that has a lot more value than you thought it would. So for instance, if you go get like a Kia, right? So a Kia is not going to hold their value. So you run out the lease so you're not upside down. But if you go and lease like a TRD Pro, and then 2 years into your TRD Pro, you're like, you know, I want to get something else. When you go to trade that TRD Pro in, you might have more value than you thought, giving you a few thousand down on your next vehicle. So leasing is one of those things that I never really agreed with. It's you're renting a car per se, because it's your vehicle, it's registered under your name, it's insured under you. I always felt like, and everyone's different, there are people who hate leasing. But for me, I've always been a lease guy. I'm a fan. I've bought vehicles, financed vehicles, owned vehicles outright, but I like to lease for the channel, for the reasons of the channel. But for me, I always like the options leasing gives you. And I'll be completely 100 with you. If it wasn't for a lease and this channel, I would not have this truck. TRD Performance Package and 3-inch lift on a TRD Pro, how much? That would probably run you in the 80s, somewhere in the low 80s. I don't know about the TRD 3-inch lift. I've never seen one of them on a TRD Pro because the TRD Pro has its own lift. Got another question coming in. I love leasing too, says Paul. Yeah, everyone's different. Tom says there's plenty of 22, 23s on the lot. You can actually buy a 22 cheaper than you could buy a 2021 in my area. Well, yeah, don't forget, after the engine recall was announced in May 2024, late May, I think it was May 30th, all of the second-gen V8s skyrocketed as far as value. And they're still up there. They're not hardcore like they were in like summer, but the values are still very high when it comes to second gens. So if you're in the market, make sure you pay attention because they don't hang out on the lot very long. What was I going to say? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's what I was saying. So the V8s, there was one here I was going to film today that they ended up selling 2 days ago, and I'm very upset. It was a 2013 limited double cab in red, and it was, I think it had 17,000 miles on it. I mean, I wanted to see that. James says, good morning, Mark. Never leased a vehicle due to the fact that I love driving so many miles would always be my concern. This is not advice from me, but I will tell you, on the couple times that I've leased and I went over miles, it basically came down to where they were like, I'd be like, hey, I'm way over miles. And they're like, oh, just get another vehicle from us and we will waive the fee. So that happens a lot. Not all the time. I've heard other sides of that story, but for me, that happened to me the 1 or 2 times I was over miles, because this one is going to be over miles. I already have almost 6,000 miles on this puppy here. Will Toyota eventually sell a TRD catback exhaust separately? There's one for the TRD performance kit. Eventually that'll probably come out aftermarket. There's this thing, which is just the tailpipe kit from the TRD Pro. Nearly impossible to find. Sometimes shops have them, sometimes shops don't. So you can go on a bunch of different websites. You'll see them every once in a while. Do you feel the US assembled Toyota trucks are on par with the models made in Japan? I don't see why not. It's a tough question to say. You can't hate on the TMMTX team because they've given us great Tundras for so long. So I think, knowing what I know from TMMTX and talking to different people from different walks of that factory, everyone wants to see the Tundra do good, right? So it used to be Tundra and Tacoma in there. Now it's Tundra and Sequoia. They work with pride wanting to see the truck do well. So I do think there is that good QDR vibe all throughout Toyota. As far as, do the vehicles made in Japan, are they better than the ones made in America? Really depends on who you ask. That's always a big fight. But I do think the San Antonio plant, and that's where my focus always is because of the Toyota Tundra, the people most certainly care about what they're giving you every day factually. Scott says 36 degrees in Phoenix. Now that's cold for Phoenix. No U.S. Toyota is inferior from experience. Okay. I mean, everyone's going to have a different opinion. Just going off of, what I've driven and who I've spoken to down there. I got friends that watch the channel. I call them friends, that started watching the channel and reached out. And, we always talk about stuff like that. So the people down there in TMMTX are very proud people of the Toyota Tundra and the Toyota Sequoia for sure. But all right, we're going to call it a live stream. I've gone way more than I usually go for these. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button on your way out. Conacelli Toyota, Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. This is where I bought the 1794 I'm showing you guys today. They gave me $7,000 off on this thing. They have big deals on what they have, but they don't have the same amount of Tundras as usual because in my area of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, there's just not a lot of Tundras right now. So let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I want you guys to have a great Sunday. God bless the troops, God bless the first responders, and God bless the United States of America. Conacelli Toyota, great dealership. Ryan Hood is my salesman here. If you guys want to reach out, and make sure you check out tomorrow's video because I saved a Tundra I didn't show you today. One you've been asking about nonstop all 2025 model year so far. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Be safe, be well. And if you're bored, like I said earlier in the video, go to my dealership walk playlist and go look at the dealership walks from 2022 and 2023 and see how the pricing was then with $20,000 markups. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.